Welcome back to the Nix Project Showcase. I'm your host, and this is the show where we dive deep into cutting edge development tools, AI systems, and innovative tech projects that are shaping our digital future.
And I'm here to keep the energy high and ask all the questions our listeners are thinking. Today, we've got an absolutely packed show. We're talking about everything from API specifications to AI-enhanced CarPlay systems, bird call recognition pipelines, and even some fascinating documentary projects.
That's right. We've got 51 incredible topics to cover today, ranging from technical architecture deep dives to creative AI applications. We'll start with some foundational development topics, then move into some really exciting AI projects, and finish with some innovative system architectures.
I'm particularly excited about that AI-enhanced CarPlay voice assistant project. Imagine having a conversation with your car like you would with ChatGPT. But first, let's kick things off with the nuts and bolts: API specifications and system architecture.
Perfect. So let's dive right in with our first segment, covering the fundamental building blocks of modern development projects. Our first topic today is all about API specifications, the backbone of any modern application. We're looking at a well-structured API spec that includes authentication via bearer tokens, which is pretty much the gold standard these days.
Bearer tokens, that's JWT or API key authentication, right? What kind of endpoints are we talking about here?
Exactly. This spec covers the classic CRUD operations for document management: get, post, put, and delete endpoints for listing, creating, updating, and archiving documents. What's really nice is they've included rate limiting at 100 requests per minute per API key.
That's smart. Nobody wants their API getting hammered, and I see they've got proper error responses with retry after headers. That's the kind of attention to detail that makes or breaks an API experience.
Absolutely. Good error handling is often overlooked, but it's crucial for developer experience. Speaking of architecture, let's transition into our next segment about how all these pieces fit together. Now let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture, the architecture overview of the Nix system. This is really interesting because they're using a monorepo approach with three main packages.
Monorepo. I love it. Break it down for us. What are these three packages?
Great question. They've got Apps API, which is a Fastify backend with PostgreSQL, App/Web, which is a React frontend with Vite, and packages shared for common types and utilities. It's a clean separation of concerns.
Fastify and Vite. Those are some modern performant choices. What about the data flow? How does it all connect?
The flow is elegant. Users edit documents in the web editor, changes save to PostgreSQL via the API, then AI analyzes spec quality on save. They've even got GitHub webhooks for drift detection between specs and actual code.
That drift detection sounds incredibly valuable. No more docs getting out of sync with the code base. And they're deploying on Vercel, Railway, and Neon PostgreSQL. That's a solid modern stack. Let's keep this momentum going.
Before we dive into our more complex projects, let's touch on something every developer appreciates: a good quick start guide. This one promises to get you up and running with Nix in just 5 minutes.
5 minutes. That's what I like to hear. Nothing worse than spending hours just trying to get something to run locally.
Exactly. While we don't have all the details here, the fact that they're emphasizing quick setup shows they understand developer experience. Now let's transition into something really fascinating: AI applications in unexpected domains. This next project is absolutely fascinating: an audio feature engineering pipeline specifically designed for the BirdClef 2026 competition. We're talking about using AI to identify bird species from audio recordings.
Bird identification from audio. That's incredible. I had no idea there were competitions for this kind of thing. What's BirdClef all about?
BirdClef is an international competition focused on bird sound recognition and classification. It's part of the broader effort to use AI for biodiversity monitoring and conservation. The technical challenges are immense. You're dealing with noisy outdoor recordings, overlapping calls, and thousands of different species.
The audio processing must be incredibly complex. I'm imagining they need to filter out wind noise, other animals, maybe even human-made sounds. This is the kind of AI application that could have real environmental impact.
Absolutely. Feature engineering for audio is a whole different beast compared to text or image processing. You're looking at spectrograms, Mel frequency coefficients, temporal patterns. It's both an art and a science. Now, speaking of interesting projects, let's look at something a bit more personal. Sometimes the best innovations start as rough notes and casual ideas. Our next item is exactly that: rough notes about creating an MCP server that wraps Uber Eats API and PayPal to allow food ordering through Claude or Claude Code.
Wait, ordering food through Claude? Like having a conversation with AI about what you want to eat and it actually places the order? That sounds both incredibly convenient and slightly terrifying.
Right? It's one of those ideas that perfectly captures where we're heading with AI assistance. Imagine saying, I'm feeling like Thai food, something not too spicy, under $20, and I need it delivered in 30 minutes, and having Claude handle the entire transaction.
The integration challenges must be interesting, though. You're dealing with real money, food preferences, delivery logistics, and what about dietary restrictions or allergies? There's so much context an AI would need to understand safely.
Exactly. It's still in the rough note stage, but projects like this show how AI is moving beyond just answering questions to actually taking actions in the real world. Speaking of real world applications, our next topic is going to blow you away. Now we're getting into something really exciting: an AI enhanced CarPlay voice assistant with Claude integration. This isn't just another voice assistant. This is about revolutionizing how we interact with our cars while driving.
This sounds like science fiction. Tell me this isn't just replacing Siri with something that sounds different. What makes this actually revolutionary?
Great question. Current CarPlay voice interactions through Siri are limited by rigid command structures. This Claude integration would handle complex conversational requests like, find me a gas station with good reviews that's also near a Starbucks, something current systems struggle with.
Oh, wow, that's a game changer. I can't tell you how many times I've been frustrated trying to get Siri to understand what I actually want while driving. What about safety concerns, though?
They've thought about that extensively. They're targeting compliance with NHTSA guidelines, maintaining the 2-second rule for visual elements, and designing for voice-first interactions. The goal is actually to reduce distraction by making voice commands more natural and effective.
And they're planning to use Apple's private cloud compute for privacy, which is smart. What about the target users? Who's this really for?
They've identified 3 main personas: tech-forward commuters who drive 45-plus minutes daily, road trip enthusiasts who need complex navigation help, and business travelers who rent cars frequently and need quick adaptation. The market opportunity is estimated at $2.3 billion by 2027.
That's a huge market. I love that they've done proper user research and competitive analysis. This feels like a project that could actually ship. Now let's shift gears to some other interesting developments.
As we continue through our showcase today, we're seeing a pattern of innovation across multiple domains. We've got several editorial and development stage documents coming up, each representing different phases of product development.
I love seeing the different stages of development. It really shows how complex projects evolve from initial ideas to finished products.
Exactly. We're looking at everything from story pitches to editorial reviews, testing stages, manufacturing preparation, and final product specifications. It's like getting a behind-the-scenes look at how innovative products come to life.
And we've got some really interesting projects in the pipeline: AI developer wellness platforms, technical specifications, research findings. These aren't just tech demos. These are real products addressing real needs.
Speaking of real needs, let's dive into something that could revolutionize how we handle one of modern life's biggest pain points. Here's something that addresses a pain point we all face: the wallet-aware travel booking optimization engine. This isn't just another booking site. This is an intelligent system that understands your financial situation and optimizes travel accordingly.
Wallet aware, I love that terminology. So this is like having a financial advisor built into your travel planning. Tell me more about how this actually works.
The concept is brilliant. Instead of just showing you flights and hotels, this system would integrate with your financial data to suggest options that fit your actual budget, maybe even considering upcoming expenses or seasonal spending patterns.
That could save people from so much travel-related financial stress. How many times have you booked a trip thinking you could afford it, only to realize later you forgot about other expenses?
Exactly. And they've got comprehensive documentation here: product requirements, system architecture, implementation specification, and execution documentation. This shows they're serious about building something robust and scalable.
The fact that they have all four documentation types suggests this is moving beyond concept into actual development. What kind of integrations would this need?
Good question. You'd need banking APIs for financial data, travel booking APIs for inventory, probably some machine learning for spending pattern analysis, and robust security for handling sensitive financial information. It's technically ambitious, but could be incredibly valuable.
This is the kind of AI application that actually solves real problems rather than just being impressive technically. Love it.
Now let's shift gears completely and talk about something in the creative space. We're seeing some fascinating work happening in commercial production and documentary filmmaking.
Ooh, creative projects. I'm always excited to see how technology intersects with storytelling and media production.
We've got several documents related to Nick's commercial production, rough cuts, color and sound work, production notes, and storyboards. Plus, there's a documentary project about Gracia Mendez Nasi, which sounds historically fascinating.
Commercial production workflows are so complex these days, especially with all the digital tools available. And documentary work about historical figures. That's the kind of project that combines research, storytelling, and technical production skills.
What's interesting is seeing how systematic the approach is. Having dedicated documents for each stage of production, storyboards, rough cuts, color correction, sound design, it shows a professional workflow that many smaller creators could learn from.
And the fact that they're documenting the process means other creators can potentially learn from their methods. That's valuable knowledge sharing. Let's see what else is in our showcase today.
As we move through our showcase, we're seeing some powerful themes emerge around intelligent filtering and optimization systems. Let's talk about a project that could make everyone's digital life more peaceful.
More peaceful? Now you have my attention. What are we talking about here?
Smart notification filtering systems. We've got implementation specifications and efficacy results for systems that intelligently manage the constant barrage of notifications we all deal with.
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm so tired of being interrupted by notifications that aren't actually important. How does intelligent filtering work exactly?
The concept is using AI to understand context, urgency, and personal patterns to decide which notifications deserve immediate attention versus which ones can wait. Imagine your phone learning that work emails at 9 p.m. can usually wait until morning, but messages from family are always important.
That would be life-changing. And they have efficacy results, which means they've actually tested this with real users. What kind of improvements are they seeing?
While we don't have the specific numbers here, the fact that they're measuring efficacy suggests they're taking a data-driven approach to something that's traditionally been very subjective: how and when we want to be interrupted.
This is exactly the kind of AI application I can get behind. It's not trying to replace human judgment, it's trying to augment it and reduce digital stress.
Speaking of AI applications that enhance human capabilities, let's talk about creative enhancement platforms. Our next cluster of projects focuses on AI creative enhancement platforms. This is fascinating because we're looking at how AI can augment human creativity rather than replace it.
I love this distinction. There's been so much fear about AI replacing creative work, but augmenting creativity, that sounds much more collaborative and positive.
Exactly. We've got the full development lifecycle here: story pitch, technical specifications, research findings, editorial reviews, and revision documents. It shows how thoroughly they're thinking through the creative applications.
What kind of creative enhancement are we talking about? Is this for writers, artists, musicians?
The documentation suggests a broad platform approach, which makes sense. The underlying AI capabilities for understanding context, generating variations, and providing intelligent suggestions could apply across multiple creative domains.
And having research findings and editorial review documents suggests they're not just building in isolation. They're getting feedback from actual creative professionals. That's crucial for tools that need to fit into existing creative workflows.
The revision documents are particularly interesting because they show iteration based on real world feedback. Creative tools need to be refined through actual use, not just technical testing.
This collaborative approach between AI and human creativity could be the future of creative work, not replacement, but enhancement and acceleration.
Now let's dive into some more specialized technical systems that are solving specific industry challenges. We've got several fascinating system architecture projects coming up, including CarPlay Developer Documentation Systems and Claude Certified Architect Foundation Exam Systems. These represent the infrastructure that enables other developers to build amazing things.
Developer documentation and certification systems. These might not be as flashy as AI assistants, but they're absolutely crucial for the ecosystem. Good documentation can make or break a platform.
Absolutely. The CarPlay Developer Documentation System is particularly interesting because CarPlay development has traditionally been challenging due to Apple's strict guidelines and complex integration requirements.
And certification systems like the Claude Certified Architect exam, that's about creating standardized knowledge and best practices. As these AI tools become more central to development workflows, having certified expertise becomes really valuable.
What I love is seeing the full documentation stack: product requirements, system architecture, implementation specifications, and execution documentation. This level of systematic thinking is what separates hobby projects from professional platforms.
And when you're dealing with developer tools, your users are other technical professionals who will quickly spot any gaps or inconsistencies. The bar is really high.
Speaking of high standards, let's look at some automotive and infotainment systems that are pushing the boundaries of in-vehicle technology. Our final cluster of projects focuses on automotive infotainment systems and advanced notification filtering. We're looking at product requirements documents for automotive infotainment system upgrades and more smart notification filtering applications.
The automotive space is so hot right now. Between electric vehicles, autonomous driving features, and now AI-enhanced infotainment, cars are becoming computers on wheels.
Exactly. And the challenge is balancing innovation with safety. Automotive systems have to meet much stricter reliability and safety standards than typical consumer applications.
Plus the integration complexity. Modern cars have dozens of different systems that all need to work together: navigation, entertainment, communication, vehicle diagnostics, climate control.
The smart notification filtering becomes even more critical in automotive contexts. The last thing you want is non-essential notifications distracting drivers, but you also need truly urgent communications to get through.
That's a really nuanced problem. Determining what's urgent enough to interrupt someone who's driving requires understanding context, relationships, and even driving conditions.
And we're seeing the systematic approach again: proper documentation, architecture planning, execution guidelines. These aren't just cool concepts, they're engineered solutions designed for real-world deployment.
The automotive industry is conservative for good reasons, so seeing this level of documentation and systematic thinking is exactly what's needed to bring these innovations to market safely.
Well, that brings us to the end of our incredible journey through 51 cutting-edge projects and innovations. What a showcase we've had today.
Absolutely mind-blowing. From API specifications and system architecture to AI-enhanced CarPlay assistance, bird call recognition, travel optimization engines, and creative enhancement platforms, we've covered so much ground.
What strikes me most is the diversity of applications we're seeing. AI isn't just about chatbots and image generation anymore. It's being thoughtfully integrated into everything from automotive safety to creative workflows to personal productivity.
And the quality of thinking. These aren't just tech demos. We're seeing proper user research, safety considerations, regulatory compliance, and systematic documentation. These are projects built to ship and scale.
The common thread seems to be augmentation rather than replacement, whether it's enhancing human creativity, making driving safer and more conversational, or helping us manage information overload more intelligently.
Exactly. The most exciting projects today are the ones that make humans more capable, not the ones that try to replace human judgment entirely. That AI-enhanced CarPlay system could save lives by reducing driver distraction.
And projects like the wallet-aware travel booking system and smart notification filtering These address real pain points that millions of people deal with every day.
For our listeners who are developers, entrepreneurs, or just tech enthusiasts, I hope this showcase has given you some inspiration for what's possible when you combine thoughtful engineering with real user needs.
Absolutely. Whether you're working on APIs, AI applications, creative tools, or system architectures, the key seems to be starting with genuine problems and building comprehensive solutions, not just impressive demos.
That's a wrap on today's Nix Project Showcase. We'll be back next week with more cutting-edge developments, innovative systems, and the technologies that are shaping our digital future.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Until next time, keep building, keep innovating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible. This is the Nix Project Showcase, signing off.